Hey guys, this is the Overleveled podcast, episode 25. And guys, I do want to say I want to apologize for not giving you guys a heads up for not having the podcast that week. It was just because of an exam and some other things that were due that week. And also this podcast will most likely be cut short because I have a assignment due at 11:59. But we got a couple topics, some interesting topics to talk about that I find very interesting. And first off, I want to talk about the Xbox E3 floor plans that have been, floating around. There have been rumors saying, Xbox, disputed it, saying it wasn't true, whatnot. I have no idea because there haven't been any other articles coming out saying Xbox has said it. So, and there's another thing as well. Xbox is at only 36 million consoles sold worldwide. And that was the analyst that has been saying that, which is a big, that it makes sense that it's actually on there because, they've been not selling that many consoles, and it made complete sense. And also, quickly talk about the E3 floor. We kind of see Nintendo and Sony have a big floor presence with the amount of space they're getting, but the Microsoft is very, very small in comparison, which is interesting because the floor was very similar to that of last year's E3 and their floor size, meaning booth-wise, of course, that they don't have that big of a size. But, I do want to say, though, 36 million is it's just not good. And it's not good for a multitude of reasons, right? It would have been fine if it was just Sony and Microsoft, but now we have Nintendo literally right in the heels of Microsoft, and if they continue doing the numbers that they are, they're going to quickly catch up. And I would not be surprised if they catch up in maybe a year and kind of go into second place. But and then the E3 show floor, my thoughts on that is that it is what it is. It's an indicator on how many games they're showing and stuff like that. It could be. It may well be that case, but it's all hearsay. But if it's true with the floor, size, it's very disappointing for people that are fans of Microsoft, which means they don't get a lot of games to play on the show floor, and they don't, I guess, have many games to show off. But those are my thoughts. But Inspector, what do you think about Microsoft having a very small show floor and their sales from the analysts saying it's 36 million, and Xbox has not denied the 36 million worldwide sales?
Well, first off, that sales number is really bad. Compared to what's the PS4, like over 100 something million?
No. It's like around like 76 million.
So it's about like half. Like their sales about half.
2 to 1, yeah.
So yeah, that if you're trying to compete, then that's really bad. If your console is selling half as many copies worldwide as your competition. As for the E3 show floor, yeah, that's really small. Maybe because they don't have a lot of exclusives, or like they're losing all their like second party contracts. I don't know. That's really weird. I guess maybe Microsoft is just trying to pull back from E3. I don't know. There's not really that many other gaming conferences that they can go to.
Yeah, and then Gamescom was like a big bust for them. It was really, really bad.
Yeah. So,
But do you think Nintendo will overtake Microsoft of like the 14 million that they have so far, and it hasn't been a year yet?
Yeah, I think Nintendo has a chance. once they hit like the year mark, or a little bit after, I think they'll pass Microsoft.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. More of a DC fan. What do you think about the Xbox show floor size comparisons and also Xbox's lifetime sales of 36 million consoles sold worldwide? And this is with all the iteration of Xboxes. One, the OG One, S, and X.
Well, honestly, I got not a lot to say because I don't really partake when it comes to news of Microsoft and what they're doing with the Xbox brand. But yeah, when it comes to the sales, it's poor from what we've seen with Microsoft in the past. Being the juggernaut that they were back before like the late 2000s, and how that kind of just skyrocketed, and to see where they're going now, it's kind of upsetting for me, especially because I played a lot of 360s and I never got the chance to play an Xbox One and stuff like that. So yeah, that's sad. And I mean, with how Nintendo's doing now, if they keep that train going, I'm pretty sure that they'll surpass Xbox when they get to that, around the time when they get to the 1 year mark. And in terms of E3, the show floor, I'm hoping like I don't want to say like it's them kind of just pulling away from E3 and that kind of stuff. I'm just hoping that they show something off that'll be great. Maybe show off a new exclusive title or something like that to maybe get me interested. But yeah, that's just about it.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Talati? What do you think?
As an Xbox person, I can say that's very poor. That depends if it's an Xbox One X or the normal
It's
Xbox.
all everything.
Everything is very poor. Very poor in terms of standards, because they said that Xbox would be the next big thing for Microsoft. Microsoft said to themselves, "Oh yeah, this will be the biggest thing that we're gonna get." So in terms of that, it's very, very poor. And to be fair, in terms of the E3 press conference floor thing, what can I say is that? But besides that, they should have been more what's it called, third party, exclusives for them. If they bought more use more companies to give them exclusive games, I think it would have saved them. It would have saved them a little bit more time to do more show more games and that. And it would have been better for Microsoft to do that with this year's E3 compared to last. I mean, last year's E3 was a bit of a fail, if you know what I mean, because it didn't have any exclusives. But this year, now from what you've said, it's like they've got a small showcase. It's very very poor and needs to be sorted out. They need to sort that out and get more companies involved, doing some deals with them and getting them to say, hey, okay, we'll do this game and we'll promote it for you. And we'll make sure that this game comes out at this time, but we'll make sure that this will be on our showcase for sure and will be a main priority. I mean, yes, you have FIFA, yes, you have Forza, but those games are, yearly games. But they need something else. So that's what, as an Xbox person, I think there should be more things coming from them.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now, quickly, kind of go off into a subtopic or transition kind of thing. Just kind of quickly talking about like the games I've played and stuff like that. I've played and finished. I finished Shadow of the Colossus. Finished Bayonetta 1. I'm pretty sure I'm finished with Bayonetta 2. But, I had to pause it cutscene. So overall, those games, Shadow Colossus is probably my favorite out of the bunch playing. Very good game, very good. It was everything I remembered it to be, and I loved all of like the platforming, the puzzles, and like the weight of it in the story. Like the story doesn't hold your hand, and that's what I kind of thoroughly enjoy about Shadow of the Colossus. It's like open up into interpretation, and that's what I kind of want for even like movies in a way that we kind of have in movies that kind of hold your hand all the time, and we never have a movie that has really it open into interpretation. I mean, we have endings like that, right? But we never really had that with a movie story, with their story. And that's what I really love about Shadow Colossus, and the graphics are great, and I like the new button maps to make it, feel less, clunky than like the original button maps. But people that want that classic, control schemes, they can get it, and thoroughly enjoy it. Recommend it. It's $40. Get it. And then I got Bayonetta, the collection. All right. So I bought retail Bayonetta 2. Oh man, I was kind of pissed though, because I never played Bayonetta 1, so I didn't want to play Bayonetta 2 instead of 1, because Bayonetta 1 was a download code in the retail copy. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, I put in the freaking code and it's not working. I put it in like 20 times, it doesn't work. And then I go to Reddit and they were just like, yeah, we're having the same problem as well. It was growing. So I was like, you know what? I'll call Nintendo themselves, because, I paid $60 damn. I better get my 2 games. Well, not 51 because of Gamers Club. But, Nintendo was just like, okay, cool. Well, just send us the receipt with your code and take pictures of those. And we'll have an email set up so you can do it. So I did that. Then I came back home, got nothing. Then I called them. And then the email happened, but I didn't notice because I was still waiting like for 15 minutes to speak again to the representative. And he's like, yeah, we sent an email. I didn't know it at the time. It's like, what are you talking about? I got no code. But I was like, the email happened while I was on the phone. And he just, said the code that was on the email I was sent. And then I finally got Bayonetta 1, and Bayonetta 1 and 2 were pretty good games, good action games. Overall, though, I think I enjoyed Bayonetta 2's story more than I did 1, and 1 I think was harder than 2, and I thought 2 had more fluid gameplay. So it's up to people what they really kind of like in those aspects for the Bayonetta series. Yeah, and caution, Bayonetta is a rated M series. So you kids can't be playing those games, But guys, got any questions for me on on those 3 games?
I've got nothing.
I got nothing.
I do want to say, I believe Bayonetta 1 was 60 FPS. I think Bayonetta 2 was, but wasn't locked. That's what I think. But it'll be interesting to see the improvement from Bayonetta 2 to Bayonetta 3 when Bayonetta 3 comes out, on the Switch. It'll be very interesting.
I'm really excited for Bayonetta 3.
Comparisons that's going to happen. I am too. Moving on. So, quickly say, we got Metal Gear Survive coming out this week. And we got people doing their reviews, and it's not looking good for Metal Gear Survive. Give me a second. I don't know why that's happening. Okay. So, Metal Gear Survive. Reviews are coming in. Impressions are coming in. Game's supposed to be coming out this week. We know the whole backstory on what happened with Konami, Metal Gear, and Kojima, right? Konami, fired Kojima, made him a contractor, and all this stuff. And Metal Gear Survive right now is this Metal Gear game that has zombies that may connect with the main entry Metal Gear games, which I don't know. It's super bizarre and so dumb, and it's a game that was never needed in the first place. But we see that the gameplay is just not there, and it's just these mechanics are just dumb, and it feels like a mod, same maps, same reused texture assets, and it's just very uninspiring. But we have the backlash now for this, which after what Konami has done throughout the past, ruin franchises, kick out talented developers. Do you guys think this is warranted? Do you think Metal Gear Survive deserves the thrashing it is getting right now? We'll start off with Inspector.
Well, I've never played a Metal Gear game, so I'm probably not the best one to speak about it, but I think after what Konami did to Kojima, I think they do kind of deserve it because it kind of ruined... I've heard they kind of ruined Metal Gear 5.
Oh, yeah, they did. There was supposed to be a Chapter 3. It was basically rushed.
Yeah,
incomplete.
So... Yeah, I feel like I feel like they deserve it. So... Because they kind of screwed Kojima out of this game, and that's why Kojima left and is making Death Stranding.
Mm-hmm. So, some people can make comparisons, in the movie side of things with Snyder.
Yeah. Well, Snyder's a whole different story.
But I mean, he was kicked out, though. Just saying.
I know, but the way the company covered it up is way different than with Kojima.
Oh, no, I know that. Konami technically covered it up, though. They weren't very transparent. They were like, "Oh, we're making him a contractor. Oh, he can't talk about it."
I know, but they didn't use his daughter's death.
Oh yeah, no, that's a different thing. I'm just saying it's very similar up until that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a different entity of itself. All right, Marvel DC fan, what do you think? Do you think it deserves the thrashing?
Like, I don't know if the game itself deserves thrashing, because as far as we know, it could be, an instance where it could turn out good, but I think Konami deserves the thrashing more than the game itself. And, after what happened with the whole Kojima incident and how that kind of turned out, and what resulted with MGS5 is very sad, and it's a shame that we'll never kind of see what happens from the end of Phantom Pain onward, like how that kind of spirals out. But yeah, so Konami just deserves, they deserve every kind of criticism and that kind of thing, because I loved the Metal Gear Solid games, and especially the ones like most of them Kojima had, he wrote and he made himself. Like, so now that he's gone and they're trying to still cash in on that franchise, it's upsetting. So.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Taladio? Do you believe they deserve the thrashing?
Yeah, I think they deserve the thrashing. Look, the Hideo Kojima situation kind of ruined them, and now this is the price they're paying. The price they're paying, it's hurting the games they're making, like Metal Gear Solid. I mean, before this whole, Metal Gear Solid 3 and all of that, the first two were great, and now it's just gone downhill, and it's simply because what Konami's done has blatantly screwed them over, and they didn't think. That's what I really think, that they never think about things, and so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And now, quickly, if Metal Gear, the franchise, doesn't become profitable, and let's say Konami ends up selling the license, selling the franchise. I asked this question to even myself, and I'll answer. Who do you guys want as publishers to obtain the rights from Metal Gear? And I'll go with me, right? And I say this, and this could be a perfect world, right? I say Sony buys it, but then gives it to Kojima. That would be awesome. Perfect world, right? And it just shows, Sony, supporting the developer. And, that's his baby, right? His franchise, the thing he's created. Because, technically Kojima Studios is an independent studio as of now. They're just, working with Sony as partners for the Death Stranding game. Now, that would be great. But the con about this is I don't see Kojima ever returning to the franchise. Because we've heard multiple times that he wanted to do other things. And you see that with a lot of his game, with like Metal Gear Solid 2, for instance, and Metal Gear Solid 5, how even though in their core they're Metal Gear games, so he tried different things with them. Because he's always wanted to make a new IP. And I just don't think he would do anything with it. But, most likely I would want Sony to have it and have their studios if Kojima doesn't want to make Metal Gear games. That's what I think, and it just shows support for Kojima. But other than that, yeah, I think those would be great. A great publisher. I can't really think of any other publisher that would equal that level of greatness. But that's just me. What about you, Inspector?
I mean, they can just be an independent studio. Like they don't really need a backer, I don't think. But like it would be cool if Sony picked them up, or maybe that would be the only good option. Because like I wouldn't want EA to pick them up. I wouldn't want Activision to pick them up.
Oh, I meant the license, not the studio itself.
Oh, the license?
The Metal Gear license, yes.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if anyone will pick up the license, even Sony.
I don't know. Like the Metal Gear has been very profitable, like hella profitable. I see like one of them snapping it.
Yeah, but hasn't all the Metal Gear games been PlayStation exclusive?
One
No.
that
Or at least Metal Gear Solid.
Okay, Metal Gear Solid. Well, it came out on PC. I'm pretty sure one came out on PC as well, but it didn't come out on any other consoles. But then the remake came out on those. Then was it GameCube? But then that wasn't even made by Kojima Studios, and that was a terrible remake. Don't play Twin Snakes. Metal Gear Solid 2 was actually on, I think, Xbox maybe. And I don't know about GameCube. Metal Gear Solid 3 was on PlayStation 2, and I even think Xbox. Metal Gear Solid 4 was exclusive. Metal Gear Solid 5 wasn't. It was on everything.
Oh, that's right.
So it just has a big, back, like Sony backs them, Kojima a lot. Mm-hmm. So they get sometimes an exclusive game or deals for promotion and DLC and stuff. What about you, Marvel DC fan? What publisher would you like if Konami were to sell the Metal Gear license?
I mean, my answer was pretty much the same as yours, where as a fan of this franchise, I would want it to go back to Kojima. But if he isn't really interested anymore and he's, hard set on creating new IPs and trying out new things, I think that I would want probably Sony would be probably the best hands to keep it in.
Mm-hmm. So. What about you, Taladia? What publisher would you want to get the Metal Gear license if Konami were to sell?
I mean, if Konami were to sell Metal Gear Solid, their IP, I think it should go to either to Sony because it makes sense. If Hideo Kojima does not want to buy it back, then either sell it to Sony or to Ubisoft. I mean, it'd be interesting if it did go to Ubisoft because they do make good first-person shooter games, right?
That and they also do some spy
Yeah.
stealth, like the what is it? The Splinter Cell. There you
Splinter Cell, yeah, like Splinter Cell. So it would be interesting if they did buy the rights to Metal Gear Solid. So that's what I think anyway. I mean, if Hideo Kojima does not buy it, then either go to Sony. If Sony says like, no, we can't have it, give it to Ubisoft and let Ubisoft deal with it.
go. Exactly.
But that's just me.
All right. So you got a couple of very interesting things. A potential new Naughty Dog game. There was a conference. I believe it was at DICE 2018. Oh no. Let me go on this one. There we go. Give me a sec. Thought I had it pulled up. But I guess check here. Okay. So the new Naughty Dog game is potentially after The Last of Us 2. That they may be not going third person this time. They may be going first person. This is what they're hinting at. They want to try something new and try to kind of break genres in a way, like Kojima's doing with Death Stranding. He's trying to create a new genre in of itself, kind of like the same way he did with Metal Gear Solid. There was never a stealth game, and he created that genre. And I'm thinking, why not? Naughty Dog always makes fantastic games. They always have fantastic ideas. I would not be opposed to it because I just have that level of trust with Naughty Dog, and I want them to do new things. I want them to create new genres of video games. And it would be awesome to hear that they would do something like that. What do you guys think, Inspector?
I think it's interesting. Like I have a trust in Naughty Dog because they always make great games. But like going from third person to first person, like gameplay aspects are totally different from first person to third person, and plus like movements is different because you don't have a full body to look at, and also camera is different because it's locked instead of all around. And like they're known for their cover-based shooting, so I don't know if that will change or not. But like, and plus, like if it's cover, like, is it gonna be like those games where it's like first person and then it changes to third person for cover and then goes back to first person when you're not in cover? Like it's very interesting.
Yeah, I think if freaking Guerrilla Studios can go from first person to third person,
yeah,
I think Naughty Dog can go from third to first. Marvel DC fan, what do you think? Potentially after The Last of Us Part 2, them making a first person game, genre breaking. What do you think?
For me, I feel that it's interesting, and also I'm on the same boat where Naughty Dog is a studio that I trust to to branch out and try new things with new IPs and that kind of stuff. It just depends on if the quality is good, which when it comes to Naughty Dog, they know how to handle that down very well. So I'm excited to see what they do after, see what kind of projects they have after The Last of Us Part 2.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. What about you, Taladio? What do you think about a potential new genre for Naughty Dog to make after The Last of Us Part 2, such as it potentially being first person?
As a guy that hasn't played the latest Last of Us game, I think this could potentially be a good move. It just depends on what they're gonna make, though. It could be Uncharted.
But they said that they're not going back to Uncharted for a very long
so
time.
it would be a whole new IP.
Yeah,
basically.
new IP, basically.
Okay, if it's a new IP, then that'd be interesting. Very interesting to see what they're gonna do. And as well, I mean, it could be Crash, it could be anything. But I hope it's something similar to what The Last of Us and Uncharted is. Something similar to that, and bring that into a new IP type of game as a first-person experience. I think that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So, next topic is now we're gonna transition over to the movie side of things. So, there's a couple of movie things interesting to talk about. And the very small bit of news here is this is for It. Early talks are happening for It Chapter 2. So someone is potentially playing Beverly, and her name is Jessica Chastain. Chastain. Okay. So I know a lot of people. I don't know. I don't actually know the reaction of people. I don't know whether it's positive.
Most of the reaction is like, duh, because she was like the main choice that everybody wanted.
Okay. I know some people were like saying Amy Adams is better, or some said I rather have Amy Adams, but I still love Jessica. So it doesn't seem like it's that bad, I guess, or the reaction. Me, I'm perfectly fine with it, I guess. It's still early talks, of course, but at least they're getting it that it should be a redhead to play the role. And yeah, I can't really say anything else. I mean, she was in Jurassic World, right? Or no?
No, that was Bryce Dallas Howard.
Okay.
You're mixing up all of your redheads.
Yeah. Okay, man. Chill, bro. Okay, what movies has she been in?
She was in I think she was in Zero Dark 30.
Okay. Oh wait. Okay, now that makes more sense. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm down for it, I guess. I guess. What do you think, Inspector?
I'm indifferent. I'm like, it's a fine choice. Like, I'm not for or against it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, she's the obvious choice, I guess, since like she's a redhead and she kind of looks like the young girl that played Beverly in It. So, yeah, like, not for, not against, and just in the middle.
Okay. What about you, Marvel DC fan? What do you think?
I'm also, kind of in that, middle of the road type thing. I think, somebody said Amy Adams, and I think I would rather have this choice than Amy Adams, but that's mostly a personal preference. But, whatever they do with the cast of the, Chapter 2, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with. I'm probably going to go watch it anyway, and I'm just hoping that the quality is still on par with what the first one was. So
I know it's supposed to be more trippy, way more trippy. That's what I heard. What about you, Talati? What do you think?
I'm in the same boat as Marvel DC fan Inspector here. Like, I would have to agree with what they're saying. Because let's just say that's what I can really I can only think at the moment. So
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. I guess we can talk about. So supposedly it's been revealed, right, that Star Wars: The Last Jedi Blu-ray comes out March 27th, and we heard rumors that this movie was supposed to be like what originally 2 hours and 50 minutes or something like that, around that ballpark. And yeah, I think this basically confirms that Last Jedi will have 14 deleted scenes, which is quite a big amount of deleted scenes, which I didn't think there would be 14. I was thinking more along the lines of 5, 6 most. But yeah, that's quite a bit. And still people, are on that bandwagon of hating The Last Jedi. Me, I like the film, and I'm gonna get the Blu-ray. So what do we think about the number of the 14 deleted scenes? Do you guys think that's a pretty high number?
Because I've watched The Last Jedi myself, and firstly, I think that it's a good move. At least they're not doing a Justice League and not giving us a deleted scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I think it's a really good move by Disney to release 14 deleted scenes.
Okay.
And people would definitely see these deleted scenes. I mean, Mark Hamill was going off on one before the movie even came out, saying, this is not the movie. Some of my scenes were taken out.
Okay.
And if you can remember, but now we'll get to see this type of thing, and I think this will definitely please fans for Star Wars: The Last Jedi on Blu-ray and DVD.
And I forgot to say, this is actually the first Star Wars native wise. It's supposed to be the first Blu-ray 4K Ultra HD, because we didn't have that with The Force Awakens or Rogue One. So it's notable, I guess, for some people. I guess, Inspector, what do you think about the high number of deleted scenes?
I mean, well, just because there's a bunch of deleted scenes doesn't mean they'll be put into the movie. I think they'll just be like an extra, like deleted scenes are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing as extras. They're not putting it in the movie.
Yeah, 14 is a lot. Like, I was one of the ones that was kind of just down the middle on Last Jedi. So, I still thought how long was it? 2.5 hours?
Yeah, it was 2.5.
I still thought 2.5 was a bit too long. I think they could have cut down some stuff, but whatever.
There would have. It would have been 20, 30 more deleted scenes.
Yeah. Oh, man. 50 deleted scenes.
50 deleted. It's wait a minute. That's a lot of scenes right there, man. I guess, Marvel DC fan, what do you think about the high number of deleted scenes for The Last Jedi?
I mean, it's a little surprising because I was kind of having the same feeling like you, that in terms of deleted scenes, the most we were probably going to get was about 5 or 6, around that ballpark, but not that many. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what was taken out and maybe how that could have made the movie, I don't know, say what it could have added to the movie per se. But yeah, it's just like a bonus feature. So I mean, watching those isn't really gonna change my opinion a whole lot from the movie, which for me, I found it entertaining at most. So yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. All right. So before getting into, I guess, Black Panther. No, Incredibles, right? That's the trailer that came out. I think that was the only one. Yeah, Incredibles 2 trailer. What do I think? Am I a Disney fanboy? Am I going to praise this? And this will be my answer. I thought it was an all right trailer. Don't kill me. I mean, this is what I think, right? I thought it just was an all right trailer. It didn't get me like to the point where, oh my gosh, I'm 100% want to see this movie. It's like I'm still gonna see the movie, right? I just didn't feel like the trailer got me to this point where I need to see it. I need to see it. It didn't get me to that level. Like it didn't get me to a level for like War, Logan, Black Panther, and all these other like movies. But am I saying this movie is going to be bad? No. Maybe it's just the marketing team. But for me, Pixar makes good movies, so I'm still going to see it. Just like I saw Coco and stuff. So me personally, I just thought the trailer was all right. Don't kill me. What about you, Inspector?
I really liked it. I thought it was like it's not the best trailer, mainly because it was I wasn't even expecting the trailer because like it was shown during the Olympics. I'm like, oh, Incredibles 2 trailer. And I watched them like, yeah, this is a really fun trailer. Like it still has the feel of the Incredibles. And I'm like, I'm still gonna see it. Doesn't matter. So it's a good trailer. Like I would probably give like an 8 out of 10. Like
okay,
it was serviceable.
That's good. What about you, Marvel DC fan? What do you think?
For me, the trailer, it was all right. Like, it wasn't anything too special in its own right, but it did just enough to kind of, make me excited for it to a degree. I'm not going to say that this is my most anticipated movie, in the coming months. I'm not going to say that, but, I'm still going to see it, and I was probably going to see it anyway because personally, The Incredibles is my favorite Pixar movie, but and it's kind of nice seeing those characters kind of come back and reliving memories and that kind of thing, and seeing where they go from now. But yeah, so I'm excited.
Okay, cool thing. All right. Before I forgot one more thing.
You forgot.
Yeah, Taladia. Go for it, man. Go for it.
Right. I saw the Incredibles trailer, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I thought it was really cool. But I believe the villain of the story. If you guys haven't seen the trailer yet, go see it. It's a really good trailer. I thought it was a really good trailer. I believe that it's gonna be like Incredibles 1, but it's gonna be like opposite way around, if you know what I mean. And I think this movie will definitely be an interesting one.
Okay.
See, you won't knock it out the park like Logan or Thing, but it'll be one of the top animated movies, I think, of this year.
Oh yeah, I think that's Pixar always makes like the top animated movies. There's another animated movie I wanted to bring attention to, actually. I thought it was interesting. It's with like a lot of big name actors. Edward Norton is in it. I think Scarlett Johansson's in it. I forgot. It's like these like clay animation, but oh my gosh, I'm drawing blanks on it. Like it's like dogs and stuff like that.
Oh, you mean something like cats and dogs or something?
No, I mean it's like I don't know. Inspector, did you see like that trailer before Black Panther?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Damn. Oh, rip. Well, I guess I won't talk about it because
Oh yeah, if we forgot about it, we forgot about it.
It's a bit much. Quickly though, because Dice happened. I forgot to quickly talk about it. A lot for Neil Druckmann was talking about like inspiration, right? He said actually like his inspiration for The Last of Us 2, and he's talked about that there's a show on Netflix called The End of the Effing World, which is so well written and acted and quirky, and also has been totally inspiring for some of the stuff we're doing in The Last of Us 2, more on the dialogue stuff. So he's talking about dialogue, not the actual story. And he also, said that the studio drew in a lot of inspiration from the Children of Men when making the first game. And they were, they sought to tell an intimate story in genre that isn't about some massive alien invasion. Then he was talking about, Druckmann also touched on how his idea for The Last of Us originated when creating a zombie game pitch for George Romero when he was in grad school, something he's discussed in the past. The idea took Ico and combined it with characters from Sin City and put players in the shoes of a cop with a heart condition who's protecting a girl. When he has heart trouble, the player's control would shift to the girl, who would then need to protect the cop. While Romeo passed on the pitch, the idea stuck with Druckmann and inspired the creation of The Last of Us. And then he offers some insight into the development of Uncharted 4 and how Crash Bandicoot sequence ultimately came to be included in the game. Since he joined as director partway through production, that's when Amy Hemming left. There were assets already there that he was trying to figure out how to use. There was a dance sequence they considered using in the home scene between Nate and Elena, but they couldn't figure out how to make it work. So instead they brainstormed and tried to think of something else that they could do and thought having the two play Crash together was a good idea. Druckmann said it started as a joke, as the studio no longer owned the rights to Crash, but when it looked like Sony might actually regain the rights, Naughty Dog started building it into the game prior to the final approval, which I think is pretty ballsy for Naughty Dog. Then when they got the official go-ahead pretty late into development, they were able to add it in. Druckmann also discussed a sequence that was cut from the game. As he mentioned previously, the studio planned to have a sword fight in the manor during one of Nate's flashback sequences. The fight would have served as a sort of tutorial for the final boss encounter at the end of the game, but they ultimately had to cut it. I guess, guys, what do you think about the inspiration and kind of the thought process of Neil Druckmann and how the studio kind of bounces the idea for this dancing couldn't work, but let's make a very silly idea, and it fucking worked, right? It became it made sense, and it was an intimate moment after that, which I thought was very well done, and it just kind of shows you how, I guess, genius, the genius level for Naughty Dog is. And I didn't think I didn't think studios would think like that, and I think that's impressive, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think, Inspector? For I guess everything in general, such as the content, Last of Us dialogue being inspired from the end of the effing world, and everything encompassing that, I guess.
I find that interesting. I couldn't hear the last half of what you said because the last half of that big explanation because my internet kind of crashed.
Yeah, I got you.
So but yeah, that just shows how I guess how much of a process junkie Neil Druckmann is. He wants to get that type of snappy dialogue, and it's really cool how he combines all these different sources and genres and makes a great game.
Mm-hmm. All right. What about you, Marvel DC fan? What do you think about all of that? The cut content, them getting that ballsy idea of doing Crash Bandicoot as a joke originally, and then making it to a very meaningful scene. And even that idea from grad school, I thought that was a pretty good idea that, that dude passed up. And now that kind of transitioned into The Last of Us later on in Neil's career as a developer.
The only thing that I'll say about it is that it's very interesting, especially with the the ideas, the college idea, and the Crash Bandicoot kind of level they added in, and all that stuff. It's interesting. So.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. What about you, Taladia? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's interesting on how it was a college idea and all of that. I'm on the same level, same wavelength with Marvel DC fan here with his comment. It's just an interesting idea of they use some of Crash Bandicoot and all of that college, and yeah.
Okay. I just think Neil's a genius, and I kind of want to see that original idea come to life, though, for that grad one. That would be very interesting. But yeah, now we'll go back to the movie. This is the last. There's a couple topics, but the main topic, I guess, is Black Panther. Which topic do we want to go through first? Do we want to talk about our thoughts on the movie, or go into the money it's making?
No. I say we just go through just the review as a whole instead of doing the money side of things.
I think we should still talk about the money side of things. Which one should we do first?
I think the review should be done first.
Does anyone object?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So we'll go like we normally do. Quickly say, I thought the story was great. I thought the villain was good. I thought character interactions were awesome. And then I saw that, I didn't know much about how Ryan Coogler does things in that type of level, and it was very interesting seeing the Variety YouTube video on how he sets up the costume with that casino thing, and the colors they wear and what they symbolize. And I thought that was very interesting. I didn't know Direct just did that on the fly and all that. But I was very concerned initially with the soundtrack, right? Because granted, I love the Black Panther soundtrack, right, from Kendrick Lamar, but I didn't want it to be this big rap fest, I guess you would say. But no, it had the drums and everything, and when they did play the rap songs, it made sense in the scenes, which was only 2, maybe 3 top. Everything else was very tribal music, which I thoroughly enjoyed. The choreograph for the fights, I thoroughly enjoyed that, in the tribal fight sequences, and I guess you call it the tribe rights or something like that. I thought those were very well done. I thought the acting was top notch. Forrest Whitaker plays Forrest Whitaker, though. Kind of same thing with Jeff Goldblum. I guess my complaint with that was I can't say that's a complaint for the movie. It's just for the actor, just like Jesse Eisenberg. It's just I don't know, kind of irks me a little bit.
I don't know, but Forrest Whitaker wasn't even in it that much.
I know. I don't know. It just gets to me a little, I guess. What else? I thought the scenery was good. I thought some shots were gorgeous. I would say the complaint, I think the pacing, I'd say in the middle was a little off, but not to the point where I'm just it's really bad pacing. No, it was a little off. The CGI was towards the ending was very noticeable. They looked like rubber dolls, and that final fight scene. I think the lighting should have been better to see them, which is also a thing I thought about. And it's just I don't know if it's because of the reshoots and they had to kind of hurry up on the CGI in that aspect. But yeah, they look like rubber dolls, kind of I guess you say the Steppenwolf as well. It's just I don't know. I feel in this day and age we should have good CGI to this point, but I don't know. That's just me.
I know, because these Marvel movies are kind of very assembly lines, so they have to get them out really fast, every 3 months, between each other. I mean, but to me, that was the only part, probably minus when he was running up the building, that I noticed the CGI during the final fight, and also the rhinos, which were also pretty bad. But yeah.
Yeah, and then acting was good. All right, there's some jokes I thought there weren't a whole bunch of jokes. I'll tell you that off the bat, and they were only maybe do I want to say 4 to 5 jokes?
No, I would say there was more.
You think so?
Because
I don't even remember that. I don't know.
Shuri was the one who used most of the jokes.
I actually liked. Some people might have thought it was cringe. I actually like. I don't know. I always laugh when people are like, "What are those?" I actually like that one.
I
I'm not
thought
gonna-
that was so cringy.
I know it was cringy, but it made me laugh.
I thought that it didn't make me laugh. I'm
Like I
oh,
knew it was like
cringed.
nuts.
I cringed a bit, but I got a laugh out of
I
it.
got exactly like I knew like I knew when she said it. I knew it was gonna happen, but like, and it was cringe, but I still laughed. I don't know. I just laugh about that joke all the time when people like even what I wear. Like when people are like, "What are those?" And I just start like burst out laughing. I don't know. It just makes me laugh.
Did you guys know that Chadwick Boseman is 41?
What, are you kidding me?
Are you
He's
serious?
41. Yeah.
Dude, I thought it was like maybe like early 30s.
No, he's
That's what I
41.
thought.
Wow.
Jeez.
Crazy.
Dude, he'll be the next Patrick Stewart, man. I'm calling it
Man
now.
looks good for his age, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll wrap my stuff up, I guess. Overall, good movie. Another good villain, Killmonger. Great. I love the motivation and the astral plane stuff was cool. This isn't really even a spoiler, but I'll say that no Soul Stone. So don't get your hypes about that. Overall, I thought it was good. I thought, to me, if I put it in like my top 3 ranking, I put it along with Winter Soldier, Iron Man, and put it with Black Panther now on the top 3 for MCU. Yeah, it was really good. I give it a 9 out of 10 for me. I was leaning to like 9. I don't know. I was in this big range, but right now I'm sticking with a 9. I'm gonna try and see it again, see if my, rating changes, but I don't think it'll change. Just like Last Jedi hasn't changed for me in other movies. So yeah, a 9 out of 10 for me. Great. Just the pacing in the middle was a little off, and then the CGI was bad towards the ending. But it is what it is. Inspector.
So I also really liked the movie. Not as much as you did, but I loved like pretty much all the performances. I think M'Baku was probably the best part of the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just like remind me of like Caesar stuff.
Yeah, he was awesome. I loved his character.
Him and Claw were probably my favorite bit in the movie.
Like I liked Claw, but I think if Claw was in it more, he would have gone up for me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Andy Serkis played him, right?
Yeah, Andy Serkis played him.
Yes.
Yeah, this is like the first time besides Age of Ultron. Like this is like I guess the second time live action in a movie.
Yep, second time.
So it was good to see him there.
Yeah, I wish we saw more of him. I really liked Killmonger. I thought he was great, and they actually gave a good reason on why they killed him. Because usually the problem with MCU villains is that they kill him off right away, and they don't really give a good reason why. And
they're just dead. Let's keep it that way.
And as you said, like, yeah, it kind of. I wouldn't say it was near the middle. I would say I think in terms of pacing, I think it was kind of uneven, like all the way through, because like in the beginning it kind of took a bit to like speed up, and then it kind of like slowed down near the middle, and then it kind of became like, yeah, I would say the pacing is a bit off, and also most of the jokes didn't land with me just because that's not my sense of humor. But like some of the jokes I snickered at, but it didn't really give like a big laugh out of me. I really liked the Dora Milaje, Okoye. I really liked Okoye. Lupita Nyong'o,
Inspector
she was really good.
fun.
Oh, come on.
He's messing with me.
I know. I thought the action was great. I felt the first fight scene where he like drops out of the plane, I felt that was kind of disorienting because of how dark it was.
Yeah, I felt that was straight up like an Avengers scene right there from like the first one.
Yeah. Other than that, I thought the action was great. I liked even though the car chase got a bit floaty at times, where it was like flying up into the air, and also the final fight did have some shoddy CGI with them fighting in the train.
Rubberman.
Yeah, I liked the suit and how it like absorbs kinetic energy and how it can like burst it out of his suit.
Yep.
I liked even though like it was like I liked how they kind of like killed him, but I know they didn't kill him because it's his movie, so they wouldn't kill the main character.
I know. I mean, it's like, dude, we know you're still alive, bro.
Yeah, we know. It's like Arrow when they killed Oliver when they threw him off the mountain. It's like, yeah, we know he's gonna be alive. It's his show.
I'll say this, that I thought that freaking fight scene had some weight to it. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Like that was good. I really loved that part.
Yeah, I liked even though like it's just like Black Panther fighting another Black Panther. Like I feel like it's definitely better than Ant-Man versus Yellow Jacket. Because
I mean, it was like I didn't give a shit about Yellow Jacket. I was like, who's Yellow Jacket again?
Yeah, me neither.
I don't remember.
I really liked like all the makeup on Michael B. Jordan, like all those like sacrificial tattoos or whatever.
That's like
that was really cool. I liked his backstory and how like T'Challa's dad killed his father because he betrayed Wakanda. I like the casino fight a lot. Yeah, overall, I would say I would give it an 8.5. Okay. It's in my top 5. It's not my top 3. So,
funny thing is, like, in my top 3, I got no team up movies.
Yeah, in my top 3, I got Winter Soldier, Iron Man, and I think it depends on the day. It's either between Avengers or Guardians.
Okay.
But Black Panther did knock out Incredible Hulk of my top 5.
All right.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I guess Marvel DC fan, give your thoughts.
I really enjoyed Black Panther. I thought it was a great movie. I love the cast. I wish we could have saw more of Claw. It kind of upset me how he turned out, what happened to him. M'Baku was probably the best part of the movie. The only gripes that I kind of have was, the pacing. Like, there were parts where I was kind of a little out of it, especially when it came to action scenes and all that stuff. And in terms of the CGI, I don't want to say it's as bad as, CGI mustache, but there were some parts, like the one thing I noticed that, like, when you see T'Challa like at a distance and like in terms of the final fight and stuff, it looks a little kind of plasticky and that kind of thing. So yeah, that kind of took me out of the movie. But everything else, like the visuals and the soundtrack and stuff, I absolutely loved. I really enjoyed the look of Wakanda, what it was trying to be, how, it's not only a technological marvel, but also, very, very, stuck in that, it's African roots kind of in there. So I like that. And, just an overall great movie. If I had to give it a score, I would give it about a 9, and I'm not gonna place it on my Marvel kind of hierarchy yet. I need some time to settle in, but it's looking good so far for it.
What about you, Talati? What do you think?
I watched the movie. I enjoyed it. I found the chase scene very, very, very good. like especially when Black Panther is running off on the wall and tearing a car. There was funny moments in the movie which I did enjoy, like, you know, what are those? You know, I know it's a bit cringy, but at the same time, you can't laugh at that type of thing. You
Mhm.
can't just stop. Like, you're gonna laugh to laugh.
Except
What was
Spectre.
interesting?
It's actually Sector. Oh, gosh. Hey, man.
I said I laughed at some of the jokes.
No. Hey, man. I won't lie. It was cringe, but dude, I still laughed about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was laughing about that. I was like, what are those? But yeah, in terms of the movie overall, it was a great movie. I would actually give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. Not in my top 5 Marvel movies though. Because it did beat Ant-Man for sure, because I saw Ant-Man myself a few weeks back before the Black Panther came out, and I was like, I want to see what it's like. And to be fairly honest, Black Panther beats it by a mile. But I think it's not in my top 10, but it's in my but yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I think. 7.5 out of 10.
Interesting. Damn, I thought me and the Spectre were the harsh critics here. Usually on this podcast, we got
Yeah.
Taladia in for the throat kill. Or paw,
Yeah.
whatever you want to say. Jugular, Panther kill. I don't know. I guess let's talk post-credit scenes, I guess. I mean, the first one, right? I mean, I thought it was very, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I knew that type of scene was going to come up. Especially the last scene, though. I knew that one was coming. But I knew it felt like a very Iron Man-esque thing, right? It felt like, you know, him revealing himself to the world, but not himself, more of his country, his people. And I think this is going to lead really more into, you know, Wakandans helping everybody. And we see actually in the Avengers Infinity War, Iron Man's armor in the Super Bowl trailer looked very similar or materializing like Black Panther's was. So it seems like they're going to share technology like that.
But the problem with the continuity there is that Black Panther takes place during Civil War.
During?
Yeah, because it's right after his father died. It's literally like
no,
right
I thought it
after
was
his father
after
died.
Civil War.
Yeah,
No, it's
what I
during
got
Civil
from it
War.
is that it was literally right after Civil War ended.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's look at this shit real quick. I really thought it was after Civil War.
Yeah, no, because they said in the beginning of the movie there's a line where they mention that Zemo, they had Zemo in custody.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So-
that makes sense now. Oh, okay, so yeah, it does take place after Civil War. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought there was a line that
It's
says
funny that Black Panther goes from a Civil War to a Civil War in Wakanda.
Hey. Oh, dude, there was a thing where they're like, you know, we could have woke up Bucky, but you know, he's an assassin. He doesn't take people peacefully out. And I'm like, dude, people were stabbing each other. What do you mean? What peace is there? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Ryan Coogler, that, like, I don't know. That answer was just out there.
War
But
has changed.
exactly, war has changed people. I thought like I really liked the last one, but I don't know in terms of comic knowledge if Bucky was ever called White Wolf, dude. Once I heard White Wolf, I was like, dude, where is he the next Geralt of Rivia in the Witcher series? Like what? It's like a Witcher crossover with Marvel.
He's
It's
the
like,
leader.
okay.
He's the leader of the tribe.
Oh yeah, White Wolf. Oh boy. I guess we what else can we talk? I guess let's talk quickly credits, post credits. What do you think, Inspector? Did you think you were going to see Bucky? I knew that part was going to happen immediately.
I mean, yeah, because he's in Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how he got out of the compound. Because wasn't he like in that Shield compound or whatever?
No. He was at the Black Panther. It was at the Civil War post credits. Captain America had him.
Yeah, like they had him in Wakanda, but he was like in a compound.
Compound.
He was in.
Oh,
like,
you're talking about like a
he
little
was
like
like in the
container thing?
he was like in like the tech area, like where Shuri
Where
does
Shuri
her,
was.
Oh,
where she did her, where she built her technology and stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah.
then where what
I mean-
like did they show him in like the little tour of Hugh branches? I like to
No.
call it.
Oh, they never showed him.
It's weird because if he's in that section, like he should have been there, like just frozen in a block of ice.
That or he was already awoke for some reason. Who
Oh,
knows?
he was woke.
He was woke, man. Like Matt Hardy woke. No, but I don't know. I guess, did you kind of predict that we were going to get the credit scene where he basically reveals Wakanda to the whole world?
Yeah. It's weird. Like that didn't really feel like an end credit scene. That felt like an actual like ending to the movie.
Like Iron Man one, right? Like for like first Iron Man, I felt like that's what to me it felt like.
And I think that's what Ryan Coogler said. It's like, yeah, that was my original ending to the movie. Like that wasn't supposed to be an end credit scene.
What?
And
Okay.
I guess they just
Marvel
made
was
it
just like, no, you put it as a post credit scene. We need it. Or mid credit scene. I was like, what? It didn't feel like it honestly felt like it should have been it as an ending.
No.
It's weird because like it's weird how Marvel does this is that they have all the big reveals in the mid credit scene and then the post credit scene is like forgettable and then a throwaway usually. Like the post credit scene. Like it's like really weird how they do it. But yeah. Like the credit scenes for the Marvel movies have been kind of meh for me for the past few movies. So except for the Spider-Man Homecoming one where it's Captain America, that was one of my favorite ones.
Oh yeah, he's like, were you expecting something? Like we all have to be disappointed at one time. It's like, damn, son.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll do one question and kind of. Oh well, two, and they're combined for both answers, right? I guess from what I said, right, we see like that Black Panther tech go, I guess, with the Iron Man tech in the Super Bowl trailer. You guys agree with that? And also, do you guys still think the Soul Stone is in Wakanda? I mean, I don't know. Like, I still think so because of the war in Wakanda, unless they would just want vibranium. But I don't really see the need for them to get vibranium.
Yeah, like I don't think so. I don't think it's in Wakanda. Like if it is, then like they kind of like then they're kind of wasting it. I don't know. Like it's weird because like there was no, even though Infinity War is the next movie, there was no reference to the Soul Stone.
Or Vision is there, maybe, or something
like
that. That's what I'm guessing. And do you agree? I guess with the armor thing, with Iron Man's like armor now materializing and not being taken apart by machines.
Well, that was kind of like an Iron Man 3, but different because this one's more like, because Iron Man 3 like it was coming onto him, but not like forming onto him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. Like we just saw like a little bit of it.
Yeah, a little bit. It was like really quick shot of it, like him taking out the glasses while it's forming and shit.
Yeah.
So okay, who do you think's smarter then, Tony Stark or Shuri? What's her name? Shuri.
Yeah. Tony Stark.
You still think Tony Stark? I know some people were saying Shuri is, and I was like, hey man, Tony Stark is a genius. Okay.
She's up there.
All right. What about you, Marvel DC fan? What do you think about those two questions? Iron Man's armor materializing like the Black Panthers, and do you think where do you think the Soul Stone is?
I'm gonna go with the Soul Stone first because I mean, honestly, I'm not sure where it could be. Like, it could be anywhere. And if it was in Wakanda, then I think, yeah, it is, like Inspector said, kind of a waste putting there, because there was no hint of anything to that in Black Panther. So, I mean, I'm not sure where it is or where it could end up being. And in terms of, the Iron Man suit, what we saw in the Super Bowl, it could be, related to the Black Panther tech, but I'm going to say it's not. Because I feel that although it is very similar, I think it's just, the next part in Tony kind of Tony's evolution in terms of his design of armor. Is like, I think that him materializing his suit is kind of expanding on what we saw in Civil War with the little hand gauntlet thing. So, so it could be either or. I'm pushing for, this kind of just being more like out of Tony's, like him designing it that way. It could be kind of like him inspired from, the Wakanda tech and all that. But yeah.
Okay.
So that is the...
Okay. Taladio, what do you think? Do you think that in the Super Bowl trailer, that Iron Man's armor is materializing, such as like the Black Panthers, and if you got the tech?
Yeah.
And also, where do you think the Soul Stone is? Or your wild guess?
I think firstly the materialized thing is the same as the Black Panther situation. That is, I believe that. But where the Soul Stone is, my only best guess would either be Wakanda.
Okay. All right.
But we'll have to wait and see until Infinity War comes out, which comes out in May.
Yeah, which is basically March is around the corner, like legit, like around next week. So we basically got the movie in about two more months.
Two more months, yeah.
So that's crazy. I guess anybody else want to say something real quick before we head off? Anything?
No, except for one thing though. Guys, in Injustice 2 comics, they unveiled who the evil Batman is.
No, wait. Don't spoil it, because...
No, we're not going to spoil it. What I'll say, though, is you guys aren't going to be surprised.
Aren't going to be? Oh, my. Oh, boy. Gosh dang it. Is it like an Arkham Knight situation?
No, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. So, can I say it's basically another DC character, right?
Yeah, it's another DC character, but I'm not going to say who.
Okay, cool.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you like off stream or something.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so I guess we're gonna do our outros. This was actually a pretty short stream compared to our normal streams.
Wait, so I got a few things to say.
Okay, let's go with Inspector before we head on.
Yeah, so new comics came out today. A big one was Brave and the Bold, which is a new miniseries by Liam Sharp, and it's about Batman and Wonder Woman, and it's like based on like Irish mythology. So like the king of the Irish gods got killed, and they had to figure out who killed him. And so far, like the first issue was really good, and the art is amazing. Liam Sharp is like one of the best artists right now. He did the art in Wonder Woman before this, so he's just doing more stuff with Wonder Woman. I highly recommend it. So that's all I have to say.
Okay.
All right. So guys, we're gonna do our outros now. And if you guys are watching this as a past broadcast, hit the like button, share this podcast with your friends, And if you want to see more content from us, hit the subscribe button with the bell notification so you guys can get updated as when we live stream and when the video gets uploaded to YouTube. And guys, you guys can also comment, ask questions. We'll answer them. And I'm going to try. I always keep saying this, and like I feel like I'm beating a dead horse right now. I'll try and put some more videos out. It's a very hard business and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll go with Inspector. Where can they find you at?
They can find me at Twitter at the Inspector.
All right. What about you, Marvel DC fan?
Well, of course, you can find me on my YouTube channel, which is Marvel DC Fan X99. You can talk to me on Twitter, which is at Marvel DC Fan X99, and then I have a Facebook account also, which is Marvel DC Fan on Facebook. And also, this is new, I have a YouNow account, and I'm going to start streaming every Sunday when I possibly can. So younow.com/MarvelDCFanX99. Go watch me there if you want to see me just talk about random shit. So yeah, don't forget to like my videos, comment on my videos, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends and family, all that good stuff. And yeah, see you guys.
Where can they find you at, Taladia?
You guys can find me on Twitter, which is at mtaladia. You can also find my YouTube channel, which is Taladia Plays. You can also find me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Taladia Plays, which I am currently doing Fortnite, and I'm also doing Return to Arkham. I've started doing that. We've started off on Arkham Asylum, so we'll be doing the main story on Sundays. So make sure you tune in if you are interested in that type of thing.
Okay. Well, guys, this is the Overleveled podcast. Signing off.
See you later.
Peace.
See you guys.